So people baby trap you to make sure that they stay involved or have access to your life for damn near forever, pretty much. Damn near a tale as old as time, isn't it? Just like, well, we're about to break up. Hey, let's do it one more time for the road, all right? And then there's a baby on the way all of a sudden. And now that person feels like they have access to you for the rest of your life. Sometimes people will suggest having a baby to fix a relationship, which is absolutely insane. Like, if y'all are struggling to communicate, if you're struggling spending time together, if you're struggling just in general, adding a baby or twins or triplets will not help your relationship. Like, we're going to love this little bundle of joy together. That doesn't work right there, y'all. I promise you. It actually makes you go, it can actually make you grow apart. I can't even talk straight. I'm getting so flustered. Not all narcissistic people will try to baby trap you, but there are a lot of them will, y'all. I'm just telling you. I've talked to a lot of people who are on the verge of escaping narcissistic relationships, and all of a sudden they found out they were pregnant, or they send a text message from their narcissistic partner saying, "We're pregnant. Guess what? You ain't going nowhere. Gotcha." You see what I'm saying? This is my advice to anybody out there right now. If you don't have a baby with a narcissistic person, if you're watching my videos thinking your partner might be a narcissist, the inkling of the thought that they might be narcissistic, don't have a baby with them. I'm just telling you, it just makes your life so much harder. It just does, y'all.
Once the narcissist finds suitable supply, they often try to trap you with a baby. The narcissist sees children as a means to always have somewhere to lay their head. They always have supply. They will always have a party or a partner that they can argue with, torture, manipulate, and they can keep going in and out of their lives. Why? Because you have a child. This is exactly why when you start setting boundaries and saying, no, you are not going to do this around my child, or no, you're not going to come in and out of my child's life. No, I would not accept the fact that you are just telling my child broken promises, or you're future faking with my child. When you start setting boundaries and saying no in regards to the child, the narcissist will accuse you of not letting them see their kid. Now, of course, you know that this is not true because the narcissist does the bare minimum. You have a child with a narcissist. The narcissist had the child with you for fuel, for supply, to get their needs met, not because they wanted a loving, happy family. As a preventative measure, men, if you meet a woman who wants to have children with you quickly, that is a red flag, especially if that woman is in some type of relationship or situationship with another party. So ladies, if you meet a man who doesn't care about having kids quickly, early in the relationship, future faking you, love bombing you, and say, hey, let's have a kid with no commitment or promising commitment that you know will not come through, that is a red flag. Please comment below because this really may help somebody.
Ladies, I'm going to be real with y'all. If you have ever been with a man or talking to a man and he says anything along the lines of, oh, I'm going to put a baby in you, or I'm going to give you a child, you better run far away, because I'm going to tell you, he is threatening you. This is a trap. This is how men get women to stay in these long relationships, and this is where, these type of men will tie you down, and they don't even be as attractive to you, but they will tie you down and make sure no other man tries to get into your life or anything like that because he has that baby with you. Men do this all the time, and it's the most sickening thing to me, because how are you going to threaten her and give her a baby and all this other stuff because you're selfish or any of these things? This is how the possessive, manipulative, narcissistic men start, by saying things like this. And I'm going to tell you that this is far from a compliment, because what's going to happen is you're going to end up with a guy that's not even attracted to you. And then not only that, the harsh reality is guys will say things like this because they know how other guys treat women with babies or any of that sort, because they don't want to take that burden on of having another guy's child in their life. But that's just how it is.
Baby trapping. I am a victim of baby trapping. 15 years ago, the father of my children that I did not pick or select to have children with compromised my birth control and got me pregnant. He is an absent parent and owes $30,000 to his kids. Ladies, I need you to be very diligent and protect your wombs. The amount of grief having to deal with an absent parent who chooses when and when not to be an active parent is soul exhausting. And after speaking with my husband the other day, I told him, I am no longer going to reach out, respond, interact, or even speak to Jeffrey if it's strictly not about the kids, and I'm talking like business. From this point out until we go to Nevada, I will not be saying a word to that man. The stress of having to deal with his unwillingness for what he caused is beyond soul frustrating, and it just really makes me despise low value men, let me not even say the word men, low value boys living in grown men bodies who come from a working class lower than my own, right? And dealing with a human who only knows how to ensure their own survival for somebody who grew up with a silver spoon in their mouth. Like, my parents weren't rich, like they weren't like millionaires, but we were very comfortable. I was comfortable. I never had to worry about money. I never had to want for anything. If I wanted something, my mom got it. If I needed something, my dad got it. I was provided for. Emotionally for my dad, no. But financially, yes. And it's just crazy that, he wasn't supposed to be nothing but a FB. That's all he was supposed to be, was a FB. And that was it. That's all he was supposed to be. He was never supposed to be more than that. And I was upfront. I was one of those girls that just told up front. I was like, hey, this is not going to go further than what this is here, and we're just going to be FBs, and I'm not looking for a family right now. I don't even want kids. At that point, I didn't want kids until I was about 35, and having children with somebody who you weren't supposed to have kids with, it's exhausting, and it's a everyday, like, I gotta work with it. Like, every day I gotta work with it, and I love the children, and I want what's best for them. I want to provide with my family, with my mom and dad provided for me, the comfortability, and knowing that I didn't get there until just recently within these last 3 years, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart that I have children with somebody who doesn't love them in the way that they need to be loved, or is not there the way that they need to be there, as well as, my parents were. And it's heartbreaking for the kids, even though my husband stepped up. It's really, really heartbreaking for the kids when they know that they have a father, a stepdad and a father, but the father is just always outside of those fingertip reaches, and the unavailability for him to either want to spend time with them if I don't force him, or want to contribute, is exhausting. And I would not wish this on my worst enemy. And there's people hate with a passion, but I would not wish a Jeffrey onto anybody, okay? Doing this for the last 15 years with somebody who's just unwilling, even though they trapped me, making me suffer, making the children suffer. It should be considered a crime, and I wish 15 years ago it was, so that I would have pressed charges on him for compromising my body without my consent. Please.
Y'all do know that men can actually trap a woman with a baby, right? Like, it's not only women who trap men with children. Men can also trap a woman with a baby, especially like if that man knows a woman has certain beliefs, like say that woman does not believe in abortion, right? And she's not on any birth control contraceptive methods, as in anything that you have to put into your body, right? What if she's doing the family planning method, or she's using smondoms? I don't know if I could say that on TikTok, right? But if that is the case, like, there are some men who are so diabolical and who are so in tune with a woman's body. These men who are the ones to trap women will literally study a woman's cycle and will literally plan to have schmex around the time that that woman ovulates, and that man will intentionally finish in the woman, right? If, say, they use the family planning method, okay? These men are out here trapping women with babies. Y'all may not believe me, and I don't care if you believe me or not, but that's simply the truth. There are men who do this. There are men who know that women do not want to have children at a certain time. Like, maybe they're putting children on the back burner. These men will intentionally try to get these women pregnant. Some men take off the schmondom in the middle of schmex. Y'all act like these men don't have a brain. They don't use it for the right things, but a lot of these men aren't dumb.